They say that whatever triggers us in other people is merely a reflection of ourselves, of what we deny, reject, disown in ourselves. Is that really so? Well, the answer is yes, it is really so, but only partially so. Sometimes we are triggered by people because we see or project our shadow parts onto them. So we get angry, annoyed, we want to fix them, correct them, hit them, even kill them, or we feel disgusted and want to go away. Sometimes we actually see those same things, but they make us like people, like in romantic relationships where first we fall in love for that same thing which afterwards would really annoy us. At the same time, sometimes we're triggered because our boundaries has been crossed or are threatened to be crossed. We feel unsafe. That's also a reason for triggering. And another reason for triggering is that our boundaries were not crossed, but it feels like as if they were crossed, which means we're actually recreating a certain pattern or a dynamic from our past with a current partner, a current friend, a current neighbor, our children. So this is of course related to trauma, but also it is related not just to our own trauma, but to the trauma of our ancestors. So it could be that the fight you're having with your partner is the same fight your mom used to have with your dad or your grandma with her partner. All of these come together to affect, manage, and even control the more difficult parts of our relationships, the times where we can't be fully centered and we don't necessarily like the other person, and afterwards we usually don't necessarily like how we acted. And I'm telling all of this because I would like to invite you to a special workshop series, which is called Shadows and Roles in Relationships. In this series, we will look at depth into what is our shadow, how does it make us triggered, and why. How can we move from being triggered by someone to actually integrating with more of our self parts to become more whole, more at peace, more compassionate to ourselves and to other people, and at the same time more able to have strong, clear boundaries. We will look at the first workshop of the three, which will happen tomorrow on Wednesday, the 16th of May. We will look at general relationships. On the second workshop on Saturday, the 18th, we will look at romantic relationships, while the last workshop, next Wednesday, the 22nd, we will look at our relationship with the spiritual, the divine, the beyond, the invisible. In each workshop, we will progress further into understanding, identifying and integrating with different aspects of our shadow. Incidentally, I had to stop because a couple just passed by talking about their family history regarding relationships. Interesting. Anyways, the workshop work in a progressive way. So in the first workshop, we will learn the basics of identifying our shadows and working with them. And in the second workshop, we'll go deeper and also do beyond personal work, also group work. And the third one will go to new and less visible places because we will be dealing with the invisible and what hampers our connection with it and how to connect with the beyond without falling into spiritual bypasses. If any of this talks to you, you're welcome to contact me. Oh, my name is Nir Esterman. I'm a family constellations teacher and an embodied shadow work teacher and a developer of shadow constellations, which is an approach that combines family constellations and shadow work to work at the same time with our self parts and with our family history and intergenerational history in a very deep, profound, and healing way. If this is of interest to you, please contact me. The workshop begins tomorrow, 10:30 to 2. All the details will be in the text just below this short video. I'm here for any questions and looking forward to seeing you. Goodbye.